Greetings and welcome to another edition of Odin Writes Shit. Now, you may or may not have seen this post around on Pinterest or Tumblr about making your own DIY calligraphy nibs out of aluminum cans. Which is, I thought it would be really funny to try and do something myself and see how much damage I can do to my hands. So anyway, I'm going to do the basic instructions and see what I can come up with, and then I'm going to try a few variations based on my experiences. So I have an empty energy drink can. Before you ask, no, this is not my favorite energy drink. This is my second favorite energy drink. My first favorite energy drink is Monster Chaos, but nobody in this state fucking sells it. So I gotta deal with this. I have that. Some tape. Some scissors. And a bunch of straws because I don't have bamboo skewers. I also have a stapler, so let's get started. First thing you have to do is cut off the top and the bottom of your can. I see that shrapnel just... Oh, the noise. That was delightful. I still have water in here. Close enough. Alright. I'm gonna try an X-Acto knife first. Wow. This is a dull-ass X-Acto knife. Okay. Close enough. I'm glad I just bought Band-Aids. Alright. I'm gonna cut it up in half. Roll it up. And I totally need to dry that off. I'm also gonna cut the edges a little nicer because I'm terrified. Alright, just kind of roll that the opposite direction, make it slightly less can-shaped. Close enough! So I'm going to cut this into 4 manageable chunks, just so I don't slice an artery. And yeah. Okay. So, for the first one, I'm gonna try a fine point nib, and it says to fold a piece of aluminum. Actually, that's still pretty long, so I'm gonna kind of cut it smaller. Fold a piece of aluminum in half, then cut to shape. And tape it on the thing. Something like that, I guess. I should probably use sharper scissors for this. But anyway, gonna unfold it. Tape it onto the straw. Now, I only have bendy straws because I am an adult and this is what adults have. Because I need my bendy straw. Anyway, so take it and tape it. There we go. My first pen. Sweet. Those edges are really rough and horrible. Next, I'm going to try a Gothic tipped pen, which requires you to create 2 spoon-like tips. So I'm gonna kinda see what I can do about that. So I'm gonna do that. And that. Oh god. Come here. Ouch. These points are sharp, man. And then... bleh. Okay. So I have my 2 sort of matching shapes. So I'm supposed to tape it on... like that, I guess. And then staple the 2 points together. Alright, I think I'm going to also trim that a bit. So that, oops, I think I cut too much. So that is even. Alright! That's what I got. Now I'm going to try one more with a similar technique. However, I'm going to really fuck up the tip, so I can try to attempt to do a dual writing thing. So I'm going to need a really broad edge on that. Okay. Now I'm just freehanding this, so if you have an idea to make your own nibs, you can probably use a Sharpie to make this much more efficient and a lot smoother, and you can even, you know, mess around with your own custom shapes, because that would be freaking cool. Okay. I'm going to actually staple this on so that I can keep the tips even. So I'm going to do that again. There we go. I'm going to staple that together too. Alright. So here I have my 3 pens. I'm going to clean up the shrapnel off of my desk, and then we'll try these out. Alright, so if Mad Max had calligraphy projects to do, this is probably how he would do it. To test these out, I brought 2 different inks. I brought Iroshizuku's Tsutsuji because I haven't used it in a while, and I really fucking love it. And this sort of speedball-like pearlescent dip pen ink that is not useful for fountain pens because it's got too much crap in it. Pearlescent liquid acrylic from Permanence? Genesis Green? I don't remember what brand this is, but it's got a shit ton of silt in it, and I've never really played with it. So I figured I'd try a thin ink and a thick ink just to see what exactly goes on. First, let us try the regular fine points. Now obviously you can alter what you use for the stick, because the straw is kind of bendy and definitely not going to last very long. So, let's try this shit out. Alright, see what we got. Not a whole hell of a lot. When I do that, let's try some nib adjustments, because it works on the italic point, but it doesn't really work there. Let's try that. And let's try opening it up a bit more. Not bad. It's kind of neat because you can vary the weight that you're using on this, so I can put a broad stroke appearance on it. Or I can even lean forward, because now it's working. It just needs a little bit of cutting and adjusting in order to make the tip, the very, very tip, work. But it's pretty damn effective. And this ink is really freaking fun. But yeah, I'd say damn, not bad for a half-assed attempt at nothing. That's pretty neat. It is a little scratchy, of course, but I'm going to see if I can do something about that. This is actually really, really fun. Well, that's pretty cool. Stuff is nuclear green, and it's shiny and pearly, and I love it, and I wish I had more use for it. Alright, let's bring out the regular fountain pen ink and see how it performs with the chisel tip. Ouch! Nibs are sharp! Holy shit. So I've got my regular chisel tip. Let's try some German Gothic writing. Ooh, that's very flimsy. I think I have structural integrity problems. Let me reinforce that with some more tape. Probably duct tape would be much more efficient for this, but I don't have any at the moment, I don't think. I am making a total fucking mess of my hands. Alright. Let's try that again. Yeah. This one, at least, maybe I made the nib too big or too wide or something, but it's really difficult to work with, especially the connection, so you might need to tape it closer to the nib, which I might try with an additional straw. So we'll try it this way instead. A little better. But not in the way I intended. But this does prove a really, really neat experiment. So basically I had a flat tip, but I bent it around into a C shape. Now both the points are showing, so now I have this really cool, almost outline invisible effect going on, which is pretty nifty. I'm going to bend that back to a sharper thing and see if that will work the way I intended. Much better. Better, but it still needs some tuning. With some practice, it will definitely be a nifty option. Just to try, and you can customize your own calligraphy and stuff and things. I think that is pretty nifty. Very messy, but once you get the hang of it, I think you can limit that. Awesome! So in the zombie apocalypse, if you need to absolutely write a really pretty letter, you can do it. Finally! Yes. Ouch. I think I'm going to have the same problem with the structural integrity, so I might trim it up a little bit so it's not so floppy. And we'll see what we can come up with. Let's go over here. Whoa. Yes, but no. I got some structural problems again over here. So I think, and plus my nib, if I did this correctly, I would probably have a lot easier time, but the tines have kind of split apart. So what I might try to fix this is bend one out of the way and get covered in pink gore. Alright, so let's try it with just one side. It might work, it might not. Not exactly. Let's try flattening the tips a little bit. There we go, we're getting there. But this one probably does need the second flap because of, well, no, it's actually behaving pretty well. It just doesn't have much of a feed. But after getting used to it, it kind of works pretty nicely. That's really neat. Well, that was fun for science. It's not actually, I thought it would be a lot more scratchier, but it's not too bad. But what I'm going to do is try again with a little bit of a variation. So let's cap this up because I don't want to spill my super expensive ink. Alright, so what I'm going to do, actually, let me go this way. I'm going to fold up another shank of can, cut it whichever way I please, and make it a little bit bigger than what I want. Now what I'm going to do is try and open it up. Ouch. Open up. Probably cut off the tip a little bit. Then I'm going to take a pair of pliers and fold over this side. Actually, yeah, that might be all I need to do. If I was going to use more of the edge, I might also want to fold over the next side over. Alright, let's try that. Now I have the problem where it's not gonna fold in half anymore. Alright. That's what pliers are for. There we go. Ouch! Ugh. Probably some shears would be an effective safety measure, too. For science. Ouch, right in the cuticle, too, man. Another color to see some contrast. What do I got? Let's do some Waterman-inspired blue. Alright. Maybe. Ah, there we go. No, that initial experiment didn't work out. Let's try curling some more. Maybe. Yep, that technique needs some fine-tuning as well, but I can tell you that it is a little bit smoother if you curl an edge. It's just a matter of needing to find out where your edge is going to end up, because right now I've got like a chisel tip, and I need it to be pointier. But yeah, this is a really great technique for people who just love playing around with nibs and penmanship. And yeah, that's pretty awesome. So I highly encourage you to try this project, get some budding fountain pen enthusiasts involved, get some really artsy craftsy people involved too. They would freaking enjoy it. And maybe you could even do this technique with a plastic water bottle instead of a can, and you can get a lighter to bend and warp the plastic into weird, interesting shapes. And yeah, this is just a really fun project that I highly recommend you guys try. And if you guys tried this, please feel free to share your pictures and let me know what kind of nib techniques you have. Comment down below with any suggestions of nib techniques or templates, any shapes that everybody needs to try, and of course, if there's anything that I need to be trying out right now, feel free to leave me a comment down below, and I will see you next time. Hopefully less covered in ink.